Hello, in this video let's talk about integrated change control. Integrated change control is one thing. If you manage it well, your entire project execution will be smooth. Now we know that change is inevitable. So whatever plans we make, they are subject to change. The scope will change, the situations will change. So from the project team itself, people will say that things have changed, we need more time, we need additional money, etc. So change could originate from anywhere. Now when the customer is asking you, I want to add the scope to the product, you cannot simply say no. So you wouldn't say, look, we made all the plans, nothing doing, no change. We cannot say that. At the same time, we cannot be on the other end also. Because sometimes we want to be so nice to the customers. If they want to add something, yeah, of course we will add it. We cannot do like that, because if we add anything, it's going to have an impact on the other constraints. We all know that. So what if we put in a process to handle the changes? Such a process is called integrated change control. Now this is a formal process we are going to put in for the project in order to manage and approve what changes can go into your project. You usually form a group, a forum, which is called a Change Advisory Board, CAB, or a Change Control Board, CCB. So different organizations use different terminologies, but CAB and CCB are the most common terms that are used. So this is a team that will have cross-functional members. So there will be stakeholders from different business groups who are all interested in the solution. And of course the project team members will be there. And the chair, the decision maker, will be from the business, either the project sponsor or some representative from the business. Because as a PM, you are not going to make the decision. You will let the business make the decision based on whatever you bring to them for review. Is it okay to take that change? Okay, you see the trick. So that is change control board for you. Now the frequency, how often it would make, it will depend on the project complexity, duration, etc. It could meet once a week, it could meet daily, it could meet once in 2 to 3 weeks. It all depends on complexity and the duration. So what do we do in that? How does that process work? It starts with what is called RFC, the initiator of the change. Whoever is looking for the change will create what is called an RFC. RFC means request for change. So a request for change is created. So once it is created, it will come to the CAB. Now in the CAB, you will have members who have the ownership to review any incoming RFCs, any incoming changes. So this person or this team will go through that. Okay, this is the change that's needed. In order to do this change, what do we need? How much time? How much additional cost? What about quality? Will it introduce any new risks? Are we going to impact the procurement management? Do we need to change the communications that we planned? All of these things will be discussed, reviewed, and then they will prepare the impact analysis, change impact analysis. Then that will be brought to the board. So they could also assign a priority, because not all changes will be of the same priority. Could have high, medium, low, based on the categories that you have decided. So once the review team prepares all this documentation about the change, then it will come to the CAB. So the CAB will meet, and then they'll review all the RFCs along with the impact analysis, and then they will make the decision. Remember, it's only making the decision, it's not approval for all changes. It could be that after reviewing the impact analysis for a change, the CAB could decide and the chair of the CAB can say this change is rejected. So that's possible. But you always have a documentation and a process to go through that. So if you do this integrated change control, you will see that things will be transparent. It will be visible to everybody. Now otherwise what could happen? Sometimes stakeholders or customers might get into some team members individually and then say, hey, can you sneak in this small change? Things will happen like that. So if somebody requests, it's only a small change, do we really need to go through the change control board? It's very small. They will say, why don't we do it easily? Because they don't want to go through this process. Okay? But you should tell them, yeah, if it is such a small change, let's take it through the process because it should be very quick. Correct? And then you make them submit the RFC, do the review, bring it to the CAB, let the project sponsor or the chair for the CAB decide whether to approve or reject any change. So that's the key to success and a smooth execution of any project. That's integrated change control for you. Thank you.